Yo, what's up, guys? What is going on? Hope everybody's doing well. Chelsea versus Liverpool. Let me tell you, what a match, man. 2-1. What a game this was. I'm still hyped. I'm still stoked about what I just saw. I was both angry, happy. I was pissed off. I was disappointed, very disappointed with both teams, and very excited because of the match that we were being shown and the football, the quality of football, and sometimes the lack thereof, right? Very absent, especially from Liverpool, because we're always expecting Liverpool with all the signings, with them being, reigning champions of last year. You're expecting a lot more from this Liverpool side, and what do you get? But oh man, just like a huge letdown. A huge letdown. So much. I don't think I could do it just because there was so much packed into this game that I don't even know where to start. The first thing that comes to mind right now is I see the lineup and I'm disappointed because I'm seeing Garnacho. What the hell is Garnacho doing here instead of Esteban? What is Garnacho doing? And I told my brother that's a big Liverpool fan. I'm thinking, yo, Maresca just handed you to the game. This is your win. If you don't win today, then there's something wrong with this team. Then you can say there's something wrong with this team. Obviously they lost, right? But as the game kept on going, especially after the half and towards the second half, I gotta admit, Garnacho did a decent job, and I kind of understood his role more or less is not to take anyone on. He's not a winger. I was gonna say traditional winger, any kind of winger. He's not a winger. Period. I don't know what he is exactly because this guy doesn't know the term taking anyone on. He almost got past Soboslai. Almost. He got so close. And then he ends up screwing it up by, which he should have gotten a yellow. Let's be clear. He should have gotten a yellow for that. That was an awful dive. Horrible dive. And the ref also called BS on so many other plays. He ends up beating Soboslai, and then he ends up throwing himself. That was like the only thing. But besides that, look, he was good. And I said this before. The reason why he will start playing good is because he's in a better team than Manchester United, of course. And then, if the team's playing well, like today, Chelsea played well today. There's no mistake. I'm wearing blue. I just noticed that. Well, I got a little bit of red here going on with a little bit of white. I'm all over the place. I know. I'm just so stoked about this game. This game was great. I really enjoyed every aspect of this game. He's gonna play better because Chelsea is playing better. Chelsea's playing way better, and it stands to reason that of course he's gonna play better. Of course. And it's not like he had an amazing out of the stratosphere, out of this world type of game. He had a decent game where every ball was he made sure not to lose the ball, cut back like he always does, go back and just pass the ball. Just pass the ball back. Just secure the ball, Garnacho. That's it. That's all you got to do. And you got to place in this Chelsea team. Starters, sometimes you'll start, sometimes you'll come in as a sub. And of course, because everything was flowing, everything was going really well for Chelsea. There were, hiccups here and there with, what's his name, Sanchez. I don't know what he was, another one that I don't know what he was doing. Well, he's doing what he always does, right? That superstition that he has to have a bad pass. There's always one bad pass for him, Sanchez. Always. He won't let you down with that. There's always going to be a bad pass. Ended up passing it, I think, to Garnacho, and it ended up being a throw-in. Garnacho did have two mistakes when he wanted to play and play outside of that role that he's assigned to, which is just secure the ball, man, and just try to, I don't know, give us a center, here and there, which he did. Several, maybe a couple, and they were pretty dangerous. It had some venom. It had some poison. He did a really good job of doing that. But then when he was trying to do his own thing and trying to dribble, especially in the back, he ended up getting dispossessed. And one of those almost caused something for Liverpool. So there's that. Garnacho, hey, man, bravo, you did a decent job. You did a pretty good job. Some people would say you did a great job. You were fantastic down that wing. So that was my first thing. And I needed to get that out of the way because I couldn't believe what I was seeing instead of seeing somebody else like Esteval, maybe Bino Gittins. My God. And Garnacho starting over these two guys that are miles better than Garnacho. Okay, fine. And then Liverpool. The biggest thing of just Liverpool in general. It's not even just one player. They're not gelling well. Gaps all over the place. Nobody's really on the same page as the other guy. Nobody really is following any kind of symmetry. It's like they're all over the place. And any single time, I got to give Chelsea credit for this, any single time that Liverpool generated an attack, Chelsea made a damn good job of always falling back. And I saw that a lot with Neto and just outnumbering them. There was always somebody there. Any single time something was going up in the front with Kirkes or Connor Bradley when he was on the field, and then just generating through Soboslai, and then getting up to Salah and Isak and Gakpo. They're just I just couldn't see. I just couldn't see a way through. There was no opening. There was no chance even for a shot from long distance. There were too many bodies. Like, Chelsea did a magnificent job at just blocking them completely. It almost seemed like they were playing against a PSG. They did such a great job. And I was asking myself, what the hell happened? Where was that when you guys were playing against Brighton? Where was like 1/10 of that when you guys were playing against Brighton? And you were at home too. There was no reason for them to lose against Brighton. I'm sorry. I know the Andre Santos thing and all that, but there was no reason. No, absolutely no reason. But they did such a good job at doing that. They're just, Liverpool had no chance. There was no entry. There was no way. Yeah, they produced some chances here and there, but there was really no clear chance. And it was just aggravating the hell out of me. What is going on with Liverpool? And like I said, this team is building itself from the ground up. It's foundational. At this point, it's the nascent days of what they want, of what they expect to be this great Liverpool, but it's going to take some time. I wish they would just kick off and just start gelling so well that they look telepathic. But that's not going to happen. That's going to take, that's some times away. That is some times away. That's going to take a long time. And players like Wirtz coming in, man, I was hoping maybe this is it. Maybe when he plays against Chelsea, maybe this is the night. No, man, he looks so lost. You know when you go out and you park your car like in a tower garage or whatever, and you're looking for your car afterwards, after your date, after you go eating or something, you go shopping, and you're like looking and you don't remember the number or the letter that where you parked, and you're just using the key fob trying to like locate the sound of your car. That's what this guy looks like, Wirtz. He is so timid, so shy when he's on the ball, not sure what to do when he gets the ball. He just looks out of sorts. He looks so lost. And anytime they had a chance to be able to get something going, like Gakpo or Isak, nothing really came out of that. And there were chances. There were definitely chances, like the one with Kirkis that finds himself almost completely free, and he's inside the box. I think it was a pass either by Soboslai or maybe Gakpo. Really nice pass. And you see Salah, he's on the other side. But they're like two or three bodies. There was no way that was going to get, especially low on the ground. That was not going to get. And if by the time you're trying to like lob it over, like everybody's going to regroup and get to the ball. And he ends up trying to pass this ball that was not, I think he was hoping that it was going to go through somebody's legs, or maybe ricochet and bounce into the goal and be an own goal or something like that. And he just shoot the ball. For once, shoot the ball. Don't you guys practice? Like, shoot the ball. Just shoot the ball. That's it. So there were chances. There were obviously chances, because Salah had a couple of chances, and I get what he's trying to do, and he scored many goals from that angle. And he did a really good job, and you could say he did the hardest thing, getting past the 2-3 maybe Chelsea players. And you got Isak there. You know, it's not like you had, look, I'm sorry, like Nunez, it's not like you have Nunez there. You have Isak there. Play with him. Pass the ball to him. Yeah, there were maybe one of those 3 chances that he had that he ended up doing that classic traditional outside Salah play, but he ends up trying to take the shot, and of course the shot goes to the parking lot. Pretty much, it was a parking lot shot. Frustrated. I get it. He's got the quality. There's the experience there, and you never know with a player like Salah. But when you see the first one, you don't have to wait for a third one. Let's not wait until there's a third one. Maybe you don't even get to have a third one. Just play it there with Isak. Isak too. I mean, with the control. The control was everything for that goal from Gakpo. I thought he did a really good job. I know he was trying to control it for himself so he could turn around maybe and do something there and shoot the ball. But besides that, yeah, he had a tough run. It was a tough night for Isak. I thought he did okay. And by the time they took him out, I was like, no, don't take him out, because he seemed like he was warming up into the game. But I think when Ekitike came in, I think he did a good job. Again, limited. There's not much he can do, because this Chelsea team was growing like mushrooms in the back. I mean, they were everywhere. They're occupying every space that they can possibly have. Credit to them again. I can't say enough, because that was such a formidable job from Chelsea. But Ekitike did a good job. I thought he did a decent enough job. He looked really good, at least with the ball very secure. But there isn't that understanding again with the teammates. I don't know when it's gonna happen. Like when you have Wirtz in, you have Ekitike in there, it's just too soon. It's just too much to put all these players that I feel like they're not on the same page. And it's just going to take a long time. It's going to take a really long time. Look, this game was out of control. Credit again to Chelsea. Esteban coming in, feeding Enzo Fernandez. And Enzo Fernandez, I don't know what happened, how he couldn't connect with that header that had his name all over it. That had to be a goal. I don't know how he ended up missing that ball. Of course, later on, they would get their goal with a really good center from Cucurella, and the tackle beating Robertson and Sanchez too for the goal. What a way to end the night, honestly. What a way to end the night. And it seemed like it was coming. It would seem like it was just a matter of time for Chelsea. They absolutely do deserve that. They played such a great game. Caicedo, Gusto also was pretty good. I thought maybe that was a bad idea, also introducing him into the starting lineup. But yeah, he played pretty good. Cucurella, as always, just a warrior. Very surprised that they took out all front three and they put in Bino Gittins. I think it was Gehi that came in, Esteval, and it did work. It did work. At the beginning, it didn't. I think that Liverpool started taking advantage of those newly introduced forwards, and they started to attack more. But then as the game progressed, like it was these three that made a good difference. Like Bino Gittins had a really nice shot. Esteval was looking pretty good on that wing, who eventually would end up getting his goal. And the keeper, I can't remember his name, Madar Shavelli or something. He was good. There's nothing he could have done with the first goal, with the Caicedo goal. They pretty much left him an airstrip, so much space, so much real estate for him to have that kick. And I don't want to say he got lucky, but man, like how many times, I know he's got a good shot. I know if he's scored before also, he's not unfamiliar to scoring, but so much space, like beating McAllister like he wasn't even there. And again, like beautiful goal from Caicedo. I can't say enough of that. Really disappointing from Liverpool, just them starting off with a goal like that and leaving so much space, especially in the middle. Like one of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous place to have the ball. And there was no way Mamardashvili was going to get to that ball. Absolutely no. He did his best to reach for the ball. There was nothing. And he made two really good saves back to back almost from Bino Gittins and Esteval in more or less the same time or the same play. So good on him. He looked good. He looked decent. Not too well with his foot, but overall he looked pretty secure. He wasn't no Sanchez. He wasn't no Bayadir from Manchester United. I thought he did pretty good. Although seeing Keller in Brentford, I gotta say that I kind of miss him, and I wish he would have stayed. But I do trust Mamardashvili. I think he is a good keeper. I think he was pretty good. Only thing was, like, I think once or twice with his feet, it doesn't seem like he feels too comfortable playing with his feet. What else is there to say? I mean, there is so much more that I'm sure I left out. But what a game. I wish every single game could be like this game. It was so fun and entertaining. It was such a great game, back and forth. Both teams, at one point, it was just resembling a tennis match. It was just going back and forth, back and forth. Jones, almost everybody was taking a shot. You didn't know who was going to score and who was going to be able to get out of this 1-1 draw. It could have been almost anyone's game, although I do think that Chelsea had more of the momentum. They had more of the headwind to be able to score, and which they eventually did. They really deserved this game, and I got to say, I can't believe Arsenal are in first place right now. With this, Arsenal are in first place. And I told my brother, I don't know if I said this here, but that's the only way Arsenal are going to win. They're going to win this league. It's like if Liverpool start playing bad, Chelsea maybe start, helping them out, with Liverpool and Manchester City, even though Manchester City are 8th, 9th place right now. So, or whoever else is going to be in the title race, it could be Tottenham maybe, it could be Crystal Palace, but that's the only way Arsenal are going to, which is still a win. I'm not completely writing them off. I think they can, but I think to me, they will struggle as the season goes on. I think they'll find their Chelsea, somebody else that'll slow them down. So we'll see. It looks exciting. It looks really good. Next game for Liverpool, I think it's Manchester United. That should be interesting because, yes, Manchester United played an awful match against Brentford. I couldn't finish watching that match. I did watch most of the match. It was awful. It was terrible football. But again, once you play these big games, once you're playing these derbies, like anything could happen there. So I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't even want to think about it, Liverpool losing against Manchester United. But I wouldn't put it past them. It's not impossible. At this point, it is not impossible. And the way Liverpool are playing, nope, not at all. Not at all. There is a chance. There is a chance that Manchester United will not only tie, but can win. They could actually beat Liverpool. So we'll see. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.